All right, week 10, we got the Dolphins versus the Rams. So this is the Monday night football game for next week. So the Rams are favored by 2.5. And just so everyone knows, I'm from LA and I am a Rams fan. Other than the 21 years that they were out of LA, which case I pretty much didn't watch the NFL, I am a Rams fan, a Dodgers fan, and unfortunately I'm also a UCLA Bruins fan. That's a tough one. But anyhow, I am going to take Miami on this one. This should be a fun game to watch. Obviously, Miami's record is poor, seeing as how Tua was out with the uh, the concussion injury. But even with that, the model, the simulation, I call it simulation because the simulation is running several models simultaneously and sequentially several thousand times to play hundreds of games. So it's a simulation. But the simulation gives Miami a 55% chance of winning, which comes out to about a 1.2 point spread. And again, this is also taking consideration the last set of stats and such. So what I really think it boils down to is uh, the Rams are a mediocre team that have been winning some close games and looking strong at times. I mean, they looked really good against Minnesota, and I think Miami is probably a mediocre team that has some really outstanding weapons, but was missing their number one weapon. That was Tua. And so this last week they looked really good. They lost, but they looked really good in the process against a very good Buffalo team. So with that, I can see the point spread definitely being close. I can definitely see the reason why they're giving it the edge to LA in that Miami's flying across the country. A lot of times those big multiple. I think it's harder to go from west to east than east to west. By the way, when it comes to taking time zones changes as well. That's just my personal experience traveling a lot. So I don't think that time zone, that time lag, is really going to be as detrimental if the rather than the other way around. So and then just some of the other things is uh, both teams have some red areas. You know, we see up here with the Rams. The Rams have been struggling to really rush the ball. They've been struggling to defend the pass. They're mediocre at the other things. At least Miami is good in one area. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think that this is just as a result of Tua being out for the last few games. And so as of last week, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked sharp for being out the way that he was. So let's get into the raw numbers here. A couple of things is you just see this disparity. You're going to see this a lot when you see one team has an imbalance. Matthew Stafford can absolutely go out and win you games with his arm, 100%. You've seen that a lot, but it's harder. It's a lot harder. Whereas when you have a more balanced approach that you see over here with Miami, it's a little bit easier to understand how they're able to attack with more of those weapons. Whereas Rams really have to, unless they can actually get the running game going, they have to rely on that arm from Matthew Stafford. And a couple things you're going to see with that, you saw this in the last game, is they do a pretty good job of protecting him, but he's gonna press it. He's gonna throw interceptions. That is part of Matthew Stafford's gunslinging nature. Is he's gonna let it rip, and if it gets picked off, so be it, because you wouldn't get the touchdowns otherwise. The thing that I notice as well is the explosiveness over here as well. You see some of this outliers up here, but the main line predicting for the explosiveness just really isn't there for the Rams. Part of that's probably because they've had some injuries with the receivers. Definitely getting Cooper Kupp back, and I think Puka was out for a little bit. But then when we come over here uh, for Miami, they definitely got to protect their quarterback a bit better. That's for sure. Both teams are doing an okay job of holding on the ball. I think Tua has always been a lot better when it comes to not throwing interceptions. But you just see a little bit more consistently of that uh, bigger play, and that makes a big difference in these games. Big difference. So uh, coming back to this, you just have a better all-around offense, and the Rams are going to have to rely on Matthew Stafford. If that dude can pass, he is awesome. But guess what? Sometimes when he's going to push that, he's going to get some interceptions as well. So it's going to be a fun game to watch. I love Monday Night Football. I hope you guys all love it too. And so I'm trying to get more subscribers. So I'd love it if you could subscribe. If you like what you listen to, just drop me a note and tell your friends about it. That's all I have. Thank you.